We welcome you to Arlington, Texas for the 2025 Amegy Bank College Baseball Series between Oregon State and the Baylor Bears. Baylor coming into this matchup 7-1, coming off a win on Tuesday at SFA. Joe, it's an exciting environment, a good test for the Bears today.
A huge test for the Bears against a top 10 opponent. The first time these two teams will meet since 2005. Should be a good one and a great start to what should be an exciting weekend.
Jack Little steps into the right-handed batter's box to get things started. And we'll get you the starting lineups in just a second. As working from the stretch, Keljo gets set and delivers upstairs for ball one. Leading off for the Bears is Jack Little, followed by Enzo Apodaca. Wesley Jordan bats third. Keljo from the stretch kicks and deals. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Little. Hunter Simmons in the cleanup. Will Pendergrass bats fifth. Johnson, Toplansky, and Castle 6, 7, 8, and Tyreek Kemp rounds out the starting lineup for the Bears as Keljo delivers. Check swing down to first. Says he doesn't go. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jack Little, the sophomore second baseman. Batting .294 coming into this game as Keljo delivers upstairs. Two balls, 2 strikes against Jack Little. Pitch from Keljo, a high fly ball into right field. Racing up for it is Tolt, and Singer, the second baseman, makes the catch for out number 1.
Saw the quick work of Keljo.
And for the Beavers defensive alignment, I'll toss it over to my broadcast partner, Joe Pratt.
Well, let's take a look at the outfield. First got Gavin Turley in left, straightaway center Dallas Macias. In right field, Talt, he was just running in, trying to make that play, get you the infield here in just a moment.
Keljo kicks and deals. Pitch inside the zone for strike 1.
Krieg at first, A.J. Singer the start at second, Iva Arquette starter at shortstop. Trent Caraway gets the start at third, Wilson Weber behind the dish.
Apodaca batting left-handed, facing the lefty, and Keljo, his pitch, takes a big cut at it and misses. No balls, 2 strikes to Enzo Apodaca. Playing in right field today, coming in batting .357. Great start to his season so far. Apodaca swings that silver bat above his next. Pitch from Keljo, and got him looking. First strikeout of the day for Keljo. No runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And that brings up Wesley Jordan, the senior left fielder. Jordan batting right-handed, facing Keljo, who kicks and deals, delivers, popped up in the air and fouled on the right side into the stands here at Globe Life Field in Arlington.
Huge shift on the infield here. See with Jordan, just saw it with Enzo Apodaca, the lefty, and now 3 infielders are to the left of that second base bag.
Keljo deals, that one misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the first, no score yet. Keljo deals, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Wesley Jordan, senior out of Highland Village, Texas. Batting .452 coming into this game, already has a home run this year. And that one off his bat and fouled back towards the backstop. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs, top of the first. Keljo kicks and deals off the bat of Jordan and fouled back once again. Nelson Keljo, the junior left-handed pitcher, making the start today for Oregon State. making his 46th career appearance, his 7th start today.
It's not a program that's known for their pitching. Obviously, a lot of really strong players coming out of here, mainly Travis Bazana a season ago. But Nelson Keljo starting to get time as the Friday man.
Keljo delivers and misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Keljo was a standout in the bullpen last year, but like Joe said, with some guys out, Keljo into the starting lineup, who deals here, popped up in the air in the center field. Racing forward is Macias, who reaches up and grabs it. A 1-2-3 inning for Nelson Keljo, and to the bottom of the first we had. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears. Sick 'em.
From Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, we welcome you to the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. I'm Aidan Pham, joined alongside Joe Pratt with you today. A 1-2-3 inning, and down goes the Bears as we're about to get our first look at the Beaver bats today. Taking a look at the Oregon State starting lineup, leading off playing third base, Trent Carraway. The transfer shortstop, Iva Arquette, bats second, followed by Ty Peterson and Gavin Turley. Jacob Craig, A.J. Singer, and Easton Taut are 5, 6, and 7. Wilson Weber behind the plate, and Dallas Macias gets the start in center field. Ethan Calder getting the start on the mound for Baylor. The Friday starter, who off to a great start to his season so far, tied a career high for innings pitched as a starter with 7 in his last outing, a scoreless outing against Gonzaga. He'll start his day facing Trent Carraway, the sophomore third baseman, who really has impressed a lot of people. Collected 3 hits on Sunday against Minnesota, projected to be a first-round draft prospect. Batting right-handed, he steps into the box. Calder kicks and delivers, misses outside at 87 mile an hour on that changeup pitch. Baylor in their gray unis, tops and bottoms, as Calder deals, and off the bat of Carraway into the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes for the sophomore third baseman. Baylor in their gray unis with Bears on the front, outlined in yellow. Calder working from the stretch, deals a blooper into right field for a base hit to start off the Oregon State day. Trent Carraway, a single.
Carraway trying to get his bench going on that first base side. And they really struggled in their last game. He was pretty much the only bright spot, him and Iva Arquette. Arquette blasting out a home run, Carraway a trio of hits, and he continues that here into Friday night.
So here's Iva Arquette playing shortstop, the transfer from Washington, batting right-handed. Calder delivers. 87 mile an hour pitch upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs with a runner on first and Carraway. Arquette, the transfer from Washington, ranked by some as the top-ranked portal player this offseason. A big pickup for the Beavers as Calder's pitch misses high. Taking a look at the defensive alignment for the Bears in the outfield from left to right, Jordan, Johnson, and Apodaca. Get you the infield in just a second as the kick from Calder and the pitch high on the fastball at 87 mile an hour. Will Pendergrass gets to start at first base, Little at second, Teplansky at third, Tyree Kemp, the usual shortstop, and Cortland Castle to start behind the plate. Calder's pitch. Called strike one on the fastball. Oregon State repping the white tops, white bottoms. Calder's pitch. A changeup inside the zone for strike two. A full count faces Iva Arquette, the junior from Kailua, Hawaii. Oregon State spelled on the front of those white jerseys in orange. And the pitch from Calder misses inside. Ball four, and Arquette goes to first. Moving over to second is Caraway.
Well, amazing to say it. Already heading into March, but probably the worst jam that Ethan Calder has faced so far this season. Runners on first and second, nobody out. And now you got Tice Peterson, the designated hitter, digging in. A guy who can really do some damage if you give him a pitch he can hit. And right-hand power bat will definitely be looking for something like that. Now he's going to step up and show bunt, though.
Peterson shows bunt off his bat and into the backstop for strike one. Runners on first and second. Peterson tied with Craig on this team with a leading 10 RBIs. Batting right-handed, that silver bat waving next to his right ear. Calder takes a look back at second, delivers. And the sinker misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tice Peterson. Runners on first and second, bottom of the first. No score yet. Kicks and deals from Calder. A soft hit ball caught by Calder and pitched to Pendergrass at first to retire Peterson. Runners advance to second and third in Caraway and Arquette.
And it works just the same as a bunt. You know, he took a look at that first pitch with the bunt, see if he could maybe roll something down the third base line, but you don't want to take a guy, as you mentioned, 10 RBIs on the season, tied for the team lead. You want him up there swinging the bat. And he's able to do his job, and now you got another guy who can do some damage in Gavin Turley.
Gavin Turley, the junior left fielder, batting .292, steps up into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Calder, swing and a miss. Got him on the 77 mile an hour slider. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out with runners on second and third. Calder working from the stretch, kicks and deals. And Turley takes a big cut at that fastball and misses. An 0-2 count. Faces the junior from Chandler, Arizona. Coming into the day, Turley had 7 RBIs. Would love to cash in Caraway here. Pitch from Calder on the changeup, misses low and away. Calder gets set, kicks, delivers, and this one lined into center field. That'll cash in Caraway. Rounding third is Arquette, and a 2 RBI single from Gavin Turley, and the Beavers take an early 2-0 lead over Baylor.
He gets a fastball over the outer edge of the plate, doesn't try to pull it down the line, just puts it right over the second baseman's head, Jack Little. Maybe a little bit off the end of his bat, but still enough to bring in the first 2 runs of the game. And Baylor, they're now trying to bounce into a double play, try to escape this inning.
1 out here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Craig. Fly ball down the first base line, and it goes foul into the stands. Jacob Craig, the batter from Antioch, California. The junior getting the start at first base today. Runner on first, 0-1 the count. Calder deals, and foul ball chopped towards the Baylor dugout. Craig coming in today, 8 runs scored and 8 hits, batting .286. Ethan Calder making his third start, and the 0-2 pitch misses upstairs with the changeup at 87 miles an hour. Runner on first for Gabe Craig with 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Calder off the bat of Craig and into the backstop. In their previous meeting between Baylor and Oregon State, Baylor defeated Oregon State 4-3 in 10 innings at the 2025 Baseball World Series, College World Series. And the 1-2 from Calder is fouled into the backstop. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner on first. Bottom of the first, Oregon State leads 2-0. Jacob Craig, right-handed batter. High fly ball into left field, and it goes foul.
Oh, he might have had enough. Already has 3 homers this season. Nearly had 4 if he was able to straighten that one out. It's only 324 to the corner.
Calder delivers, and swing and a miss from Jacob Craig. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Calder his first strikeout of the day. Now here comes AJ Singer, the junior playing second base. Calder deals in the air and curves foul into the stands on the right side. AJ Singer batting .292 came into today with 7 hits, batting right-handed. That black bat laying on his shoulder. Kicks and deals. A ground ball up the middle, picked up by Kemp on the move to second. And that's the 3rd out. Oregon State takes the 2-0 lead. Top of the second coming up next. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
back from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. It's the top of the second. Oregon State leads 2-0 over the Baylor Bears. Hunter Simmons, Will Pendergrass, and Ty Johnson do up for the Bears. Oregon State scored 2 runs in that bottom of the first. Hunter Simmons steps into the right-handed batter's box, batting .464 coming into today. Facing Nelson Keljo, who kicks and delivers off the bat of Simmons and fouled back. Simmons was one of those guys on this Baylor roster who missed some time last year due to injury, as Nelson's pitch at 81 miles an hour for ball 1.
Did get a chance to play here, though. 3 games at Globe Life Field.
The 1-1 from Keljo popped in the air into right field. Taut settles under it, squeezes the glove for out number 1.
It was not until the next week where Hunter Simmons would have the rest of his season pretty much nixed because of that ankle injury, but went 4 for 9 last year right here in this ballpark, including a double and a triple. One against the eventual national champs, Tennessee.
Here's another guy who was injured last year in Will Pendergrass. He takes the first pitch for strike 1 inside the zone at 89 miles an hour. Will Pendergrass swings through 93 mile an hour pitch from Nelson Keljo. 0-2 the count, faces Pendergrass. Bears looking to advance to 8-1 today with a win over Oregon State. As Keljo, the 0-2, misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out in the top of the first. Pendergrass batting left-handed. Steals, and that one misses low and away. 93 mile an hour sinker. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No runners on. Oregon State leads 2-0. Top of the second. Keljo checks the pitch calm. Now gets set from the stretch. Kicks and deals. And called strike 3 on the changeup pitch to retire Pendergrass.
It's a really nasty pitch to go along with his mid-90s sinker. And Nelson Keljo, his second strikeout. Smooth sailing so far. And now with another lefty digging in, they're going to get a big shift on the infield by the Beavers.
Here's Ty Johnson, batting left-handed, as Joe said. First pitch from Keljo on the slider, misses low and in. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. Ty Johnson batting .321 coming into today's game. A good start to his season. Playing in center field. Keljo, here it comes. And away from the glove of Weber for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, faces Ty Johnson, the senior out of Flower Mound, Texas. Yohun, the 2-0. Fastball inside the zone, 2 balls, 1 strike. Keljo gets set. Here it comes, a ground ball, left side, picked up by Singer. Second baseman throws over the Craig for out number 3. The second 1-2-3 inning for Nelson Keljo, and to the bottom of the second we go. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Back from Globe Life Field, Aidan Pham, Joe Pratt, alongside you on this Friday evening. Baylor versus Oregon State in the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Ethan Calder out there for another innings worth of work faces Easton Talt. First pitch fastball in the zone. 0-1 the count to Talt. Talt batting left-handed. Calder strides and delivers, bunt down the first baseline, but it curves foul. Talt batting .308, 9 hits, 9 runs, 8 hits, and an RBI. Junior out of Everett, Washington, starting in right field today. Calder strides and delivers. With a glove of Castle, 1 ball, 2 strikes, faces Talt. Kicks and fires, ground ball, hard hit ground ball down the first base line. Picked up by Pendergrass and rushes over the first for the putout.
Well, here's a great opportunity for Ethan Calder to settle into this game. Did give up 2 runs in that first inning. The first 2 batters he faced came around to score, so it's never great to allow that to start off your day. But he bounced back pretty well, and that's 3 retired in a row for him, and a chance to get 8 and 9 here, starting with Wilson Weber.
Wilson Weber steps into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Calder is chopped foul along the first baseline. Weber last season played in 34 games, making 29 starts for the Beavers. Into the starting lineup this year. The 0-1 from Calder misses, or inside the strike zone, pardon me. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Bottom to second. Calder delivers and fouled back into the net. Beavers making their 9th straight, playing their 9th straight game on the road. They'll start the season with 12 road games as the 0-2 from Calder chopped down the third baseline. Toplansky scoops and fires over the Pendergrass for out number 2.
Now he's got the first 2, but still work to be done with Dallas Macias. It's kind of like Baylor, where they got bookends at the first and 9 parts of the lineup. So it's kind of like a double leadoff hitter. No easy task, despite being at the bottom of the order, as Dallas Macias.
Macias, batting left-handed, takes a cut through that 77-mile-an-hour slider for strike 1. Macias, the junior center fielder, batting .125. Calder deals, and that one low and away on the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, Beavers lead 2-0 over Baylor. Calder stares, fires. In the zone for strike 2. Macias taps one foul back into the net. Oregon State making their second appearance in this Globe Life Series after participating last year where they went 3-1. Calder, the left-handed pitcher, deals, and a cut from Macias, and a 1-2-3 inning from Ethan Calder. To the top of the third we go. Oregon State leads 2-0 over Baylor.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Top of the third in the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Game 1 between Baylor and Oregon State. The Beavers up 2-0. Hunter Teplansky steps into the right-handed batter's box for Baylor. First pitch from Keljo. Fastball in the zone. 0-1 the count. Teplansky batting .167, 2 hits on the year. Leg kick and fires. Change-up pitches, misses low and in. Keljo back out there for another inning's worth of work. He deals and fouled back by Teplansky into the net. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Keljo. Teplansky with that black bat hits one in the air, and it curves foul on the right side into the second level. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of the third. Hunter Teplansky, the batter. Kelcho fires home and off the glove of Weber. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Hunter Teplansky, the senior third baseman. Teplansky, one of those guys looking to bounce back after an inconsistent year as he swings and misses through that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 out, top of the third, and here comes Cortland Castle, senior catcher.
The struggles continue at the plate for Hunter Toplansky. Still trying to figure out a way to bridge the gap between the Ty Johnsons, Will Pendergrasses at the middle of the lineup to the bottom half of the lineup, Cortland Castle, Tariq Kemp. That's right around the weakest part of the lineup.
First pitch from Keljo to Castle is a 91-mile-an-hour fastball in the zone. 0-1 the count. Castle playing in his 100th career game with the Bears at second most on the team. Keljo, Castle shows bunt, and that one misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Nelson Keljo. Keljo, the 1-1. Ball 2 misses away on that fastball. Castle, one of those guys who in the fall took a step forward offensively. Coach Dylan Castle praising him on becoming a more complete player as the 2-1 pitch misses upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the third. Three and one upstairs. Cortland Castle reaches on the walk, and that brings up Tariq Kemp, who is having a stellar start to his season, to say the least.
Kemp an .840 slugging percentage, .520 batting average, and .606 on base percentage. Unbelievable numbers from the guy who's batting 9th in your order for Mitch Thompson.
Great opportunity here with Castle on first. Batting left-handed is Kemp. Keljo delivers, and the sinker paints the edge of the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first and Castle. Keljo. Kemp fouls that one back into the net. Strike 2. Bears still in search of their first win at Globe Life. 0-6 in their last 2 appearances at the series. Keljo deals. That one misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes towards the senior shortstop. Batting .250 this year, 13 hits, 9 runs, and 5 RBIs. The 1-2 from Keljo misses inside. Castle being held on at first by Craig as Keljo fires home. A ground ball up the middle, backhand by Singer to second, and a throw to first for the double play. A 4-6-3 double play, and that does it for the top of the third. Oregon State bats coming up next. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Back from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Aidan Pham and Joe Pratt with you on this Friday night. Baylor taking on Oregon State, who has the 2-0 advantage with Trent Caraway, the batter, coming up. Ethan Calder back out there for another innings worth of work, a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second. Delivers the first pitch to Caraway. High and in, ball one. Caraway had a single his first at-bat of the day, would later score as the 1-0 is fouled into the backstop. Calder delivers in the zone for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trent Caraway. Caraway collected 3 hits on Sunday against Minnesota. Off to a good start to his season, batting .394. Calder strides and shoots and misses low and away on the slider. 2-2 the count towards the right-handed batter, Trent Caraway. Caraway in the air into left field. Backing up towards it is Kemp, who reaches up and retrieves out number 1. That brings up Iva Arquette, junior shortstop, who has been a big addition for the Beavers after losing a couple key pieces last year in the offseason to the MLB draft. Arquette digs into the right-handed batter's box, waving that bat around. Silver bat next to his right ear. Calder deals and misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Calder on the way. High and in from Ethan Calder on the fastball at 87 miles an hour. Two balls, no strikes faces Iva Arquette as Calder's pitch in the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. Got him with the slider. Two-one from Calder. High fly ball in the center field. And shifting up for it is Johnson, who makes the catch for out number 2.
That's 7 straight Beavers retired by Ethan Calder. Done a nice job to clamp down after giving up back-to-back base hits, and those are the only 2 hits that Oregon State has so far today, Aidan. So what a response by the lefty. We talked about he hasn't really ran into too much trouble this season, has just been smooth sailing throughout, so it's nice to see him work through some of that adversity.
First pitch to Peterson, low and away on the changeup. Peterson fouls one hard down the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, no runners on. Oregon State leads 2-0. It's the bottom of the third. Peterson, a guy who has reached base safely in all 7 games this year for the Beavers. The 1-1 pitch fouled back. Batting right-handed is Peterson, the designated hitter, as Calder kicks and deals, popped up into center field, and Johnson makes the grab. The second 1-2-3 innings from Ethan Calder, and to the fourth we head. This is Baylor Baseball from Globe Life Field.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
From Globe Life Field, it's the top of the fourth between Oregon State and Baylor. The Beavers lead 2-0. Stepping up to the plate for the Bears is Jack Little, sophomore second baseman. Little looking for his first hit of the day. Hitless in his last 15 at-bats. First pitch from Keljo misses upstairs on the fastball at 90 miles an hour. 1 ball, no strikes towards Little. Little got off to a great start to the year as the 1-0 from Peljo and a swing and a miss from Jack Little on the changeup pitch. Good start to the year from Little. Logged multi-hit performances in the first 4 games of the season. Got on base on a walk a couple times Tuesday night. And the 1-1 from Keljo misses in. Little leans back and ball 2. Two-one from Keljo. Fastball right down the middle at 91 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, top of the fourth. In the season opener series against Youngstown State, Little 7 hits and 7 scored runs in his Baylor debut. Keljo, the 2-2, fouled back into the net by Little. Little batting .286. Strides and deals as Keljo, and a swing and a miss from Jack Little for the strikeout. Enzo Apodaca steps up to the plate, takes a couple cut swings, and enters the left-handed batter's box. Ten straight retired batters for Nelson Keljo as he'll face Enzo Apodaca. First pitch from Keljo to Apodaca, fly ball down the third base line that curves foul and into the stands. Apodaca struck out looking his first at bat today. The 0-1 misses low and away on the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. top of the fourth. Keljo, the 1-1. In the zone for strike 2. 10 hits and 9 runs scored, 10 RBIs on the year for Enzo Apodaca, this redshirt senior out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Keljo takes a peek at that pitch com. Pitch clock down to 10. Gets set, kicks and delivers. Low and away on the slider at 83 miles an hour. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the fourth from Globe Life Field. Two from Keljo. Hit into the stands on the right field line. Bounces off the lights and into the stands around the seats.
Almost needed to call the electrician. I think it hit off the edge of the light and actually turned it a little bit. One of them looks like it's, well, none of them are all in unison.
2-2 from Keljo. A ground ball into right field. A base hit from Enzo Apodaca, his first of the day. The first hit of the day from a Baylor Bear.
Well, that breaks Nelson Keljo's streak, who has been proficient to say the least. 55 pitches. And now 3 1/3 innings. And he has just now suffered his first hit.
Wesley Jordan steps into the batter's box. Fastball paints the edge of the zone for strike 1. Jordan batting .438. Had a fly out to center field in his first appearance today. The 0-1 from Keljo, low and away on the sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the fourth with a runner on first and Apodaca. Keljo from the stretch. There's at Apodaca, heaves it home. High fly ball into left field. Gone! A 2-run blast from Wesley Jordan, and the Baylor Bears tie it up 2-2.
Man, that's got to feel good for Wesley Jordan. Was just thinking the last time he was up, he leads this team in base hits. You know, you think of a guy who last year led your team in home runs, wouldn't be the guy to also lead your team in hits, but there's the power that we know Wesley Jordan possesses. Just waits back on that slider, drives it to deep left field. That was actually a fastball just at belt height. He gets all of it into deep left field. Bounces back onto the field of play. A second deck shot for Wesley Jordan. We're tied at 2.
First pitch to Simmons is a blooper into right center for a base hit. 3 consecutive hits from the Bears. This game tied at 2. Runner on first now in Simmons with Will Pendergrass stepping up to the plate.
Well, it just took 1 trip around the order seemingly for the heart of the lineup to really figure out Nelson Keljo. These guys combining to go, well, 0 for 7 through the first 7 guys that Keljo faced, but now, as you mentioned, Aidan, 3 straight hits, and that'll bring Mitch Canham out of the Oregon State dugout. Talk things over with the entire infield. Nelson Keljo, this has really been where the struggles have happened. He has been very, very strong through the first 3 innings of work in his first couple of starts, mainly his last start against Virginia, where he went 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Has done an excellent job limiting the walks today, Aidan. But it was that 4th inning that really got to him, giving up the hits. He was taken out of the game, but those runs were eventually charged to him because his reliever gave up those runs. That's what Mitch Canham is going to try to avoid right now. Already gave up the lead. It's 2-2, and Aidan, you just saw everybody from that Oregon State bullpen had to sprint out to right field to start getting loose.
Yeah, things starting to get going in that Beavers bullpen. Here's Will Pendergrass stepping up to the plate, runner on first with 1 out. Top of the fourth, tied at 2. Keljo kicks and deals upstairs with a fastball. 2 runs scored in this top of the 4th for Baylor. It all started with Apodaca's single, Wesley Jordan's 2-run homer, and Simmons' base hit as the 1-0 from Keljo gets Pendergrass swinging for strike 1. Keljo, the 1-1, popped up in the air and back into the stands. Pendergrass batting .091 today. Struck out looking. His first appearance tonight. Runner on first, Keljo strides and delivers. And just misses away on the slider. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Runner on first for Baylor, tied at 2. Keljo, the 2-2, off the bat of Pendergrass and back into the stands. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 4th. Keljo takes a look down at that pitch com. Craig holding Simmons at first. Keljo takes a look and deals. Popped up in the air, a fly ball in the infield, working towards his right, reaches up and makes the catch is Craig. 2 outs, top of the 4th, and here comes Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson batting .321 this year. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch from Keljo. Misses in on the fastball at 89 miles an hour. Keljo, 3 innings and 2/3 pitched so far. 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts as the 1-0 right down the heart of the plate on the sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first is Simmons. One off the bat of Johnson and fouled back. 1-2 the count. Johnson with that black bat wavering next to his head, batting left-handed. Keljo, the left-handed pitcher. Keljo stares at first, now delivers and misses low. 93 mile an hour pitch from Keljo. Johnson reaches down to retie his shoelace and now steps back into the left-handed batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Nelson Keljo on the way. Hard hit, ground ball, 1 bounce to first, and Craig gets the put out. Bears put up 2, but strand 1. It's tied at 2, headed to the bottom of the 4th. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
From Globe Life Field, it's tied at 2 between Baylor and Oregon State. Aidan Pham, Joe Pratt with you in the broadcast booth in Arlington. The Bears tied it up in the top of the fourth with a 2-run homer from Wesley Jordan. And now the Beaver bats get back to work. Gavin Turley leads them off. First pitch from Calder misses low and away. Turley, the junior from Chandler, Arizona, strides and deals as Calder. A hard hit ground ball down the third baseline, picked up by Toplansky. High throw caught by Pendergrass for out 1.
And make that 9 in a row for Ethan Calder, since it was actually Gavin Turley who hit a single on him back in the first inning. But 9 up and 9 down since then, and it started with a strikeout of the man who's digging in.
Jacob Craig steps into the batter box. Struck out swinging his first time around. First pitch from Calder off his bat and fouled back into the net.
It's a very aggressive approach for the Beavers batters. Seems like everybody's swinging at the first pitch.
Calder kicks and deals, and that one in the zone. Got away from Cortland Castle, but strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. And that ball went off the bat of Craig and foul rather. Calder heaves it home. Low on the slider. 9 consecutive batters retired for Ethan Calder. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Jacob Craig. Pitch. Misses low on the breaking ball. Calder works from the stretch. Leg kick, pitch. Upstairs at 87 miles an hour, and a full count faces Jacob Craig. Craig 28 hits and 8 runs scored this year, 14 strikeouts. 3-2, high fly ball into left field. That one is gone. Jacob Craig crushes one to left field, and just like that, Oregon State regains the lead, 3-2.
Already his 4th homer of the season and just his 8th game played. He gets what looks to be, it's just an up and inside fastball, and he knew it right away. Bat flip out of the right hand, a wide round around that first base bag, and that one got well into the second deck. Not sure which one went further, Wesley Jordan's or Craig's, but that one 427 feet.
That one went into the third deck. First pitch from Calder to Singer is off his bat and fouled back into the net along the right side. So that snaps the 9 batters retired, as here's a pop-up into Right field, Apodaca shifts back and makes the catch for out 2.
Singer giving that one a ride. That one deep to the right field, almost to the warning track. But Enzo Apodaca tracking it all the way. Even though the roof is closed, these lights can still be an issue on a line drive, kind of in between being a fly ball and a line drive. That ball can kind of sail right up into the lights, right into your field of view, but Apodaca handles it well, and Calder's an out away from escaping the 4th.
Easton Talt steps into the batter's box, batting left-handed, and he takes a first pitch strike on the breaking ball from Ethan Calder. Talt left. Calder delivers, and that one misses low on the slider. 3 innings and 2/3 pitched for Ethan Calder. 3 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 chopped and sliced foul. Taft takes a couple practice swings and now steps back into the box. Calder kicks, delivers, and a swing and a miss from Easton Talt on the fastball. And that does it for the bottom of the 4th. A home run from Jacob Craig gets Oregon State the 3-2 lead. Top of the 5th coming up next. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Back from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Top of the 5th, Aidan Pham and Joe Pratt with you for this Amegy Bank College Baseball Series matchup between Baylor and Oregon State. A home run in the bottom of the 4th gave the Beavers the 3-2 advantage. New pitcher in the game for Oregon State is Eric Segura. 2-0 on the year. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, a run, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts. And that ends the day for Nelson Keljo. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Eric Segura, the sophomore, right-handed pitcher from Soledad, California. Hunter Reebok hitting in place of Hunter Toplansky. Or rather, Pearson Reebok, rather. Pearson Reebok, the freshman from Waukesha, Texas, batting left-handed. Segura delivers. First pitch is low and away at 93 miles an hour. Pearson Reebok has made a couple starts this year at third base, now pinch hitting for Toplansky as the 1-0 pitch on the fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reebok swings through the 95-mile-an-hour pitch from Segura. Reebok's a freshman, initially committed to go to Oklahoma, but was forced to pivot late June as he pops this one down the third base line that curves foul. Originally committed to Oklahoma, had to pivot late last June. Mitch Thompson gave him a call, and Reebok would end up committing to the Bears a month later. Kicks and deals is Segura, called strike 3, and the throw to first to assure the out.
Well, the difficult start for Hunter Toplansky continues. 2 for 13, now 4 strikeouts. So Pearson Reebok will get some looks. You know, sometimes it's just not your day at the plate, but Mitch Thompson, it seems like he's had enough of Hunter Toplansky striking out. Saw it a lot last year. He led the team in strikeouts, and now he's going to be a little bit shorter with his leash this year. That's what it seemed like. I guess.
Here's Cortland Castle. First pitch swing is a fly ball into shallow right field. Racing forward is Easton Taut. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Well, that's all Eric Segura can really ask for. Efficient outs, quick outs, and another one right there. So 2 quick ones against Reebok, Castle, and now a chance to get Kemp.
That brings up Tyreek Kemp, senior shortstop. Kemp, the left-handed batter. Segura deals upstairs. 94 miles an hour for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the 5th. The 1-0 from Segura misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Tyreek Kemp hit into that double play, his last at bat, as he stares at a 94-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle from Segura. Two one from Segura, misses high and away. 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Kemp waving that black bat above his head. The right-handed pitcher in Segura deals. That one away from Kemp, and he'll reach on a walk. So Kemp goes to first. Jack Little steps into the box. A flyout and a strikeout sums up his day. Little, the transfer from Wichita State, was expected to be a big addition last year, but was injured prior to the start of the season. So now in his official first year as a Baylor Bear, he stares at a fastball that misses high and away. In his last 16 at-bats, Little hitless as he swings right through the 92-mile-an-hour pitch from Segura. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first is Tyreek Kemp. Little takes a couple practice swings and now waving that silver bat next to his right ear. Segura
Oh, that's a balk.
Takes a look back at second. Fans are calling for a balk. Home plate umpire says no.
And I think the reason is because he never came engaged. He never came set, did Segura. So it looked awkward, but that was just him leaning in and then turning and looking.
Segura deals and way outside into the left-handed batter's box. 2 balls, 1 strike against Jack Little. Little batting .278 this year. 10 hits and 5 RBIs. 2-1. Breaking ball misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first and Camp. Beavers lead 3-2. It's the top of the 5th. This is the Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Baylor taking on Oregon State in the first of 3 games this weekend. Segura checks back to first and Kemp slides back safely.
Well, Oregon State thinks they might have had him. No move from Mitch Canham yet.
Kemp held on by Craig as the pitch from Segura misses away, and Jack Little on base for the first time today with a walk. Back-to-back walks from Eric Segura, and here comes Enzo Apodaca, singled in his last at-bat, would later score on that 2-run blast from Wesley Jordan. Runners on first and second for Apodaca here with 2 outs, top of the 5th. Bears down 3-2 to Oregon State. Leg kick and deals. Slider inside the zone. 0-1 the count towards Apodaca, who bats .367 this year. Already has a hit and a run scored. The 0-1. Misses low for ball 1. Apodaca on the year, 10 RBIs and 10 hits. With the one earlier today makes it 11. The 1-1 on the 93-mile-an-hour pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike for Enzo Apodaca. Runners on first and second for Baylor. Segura, the right-handed pitcher, takes a peek back at second. Now delivers home. Pitch is low, and Weber able to retrieve it. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Enzo Apodaca. Segura with that orange glove right in front of his chest. Peeks back at second, kicks, delivers, popped up, and a one-hopper to Singer, who pitches back to Arquette at second, and that does it. Bears leave 2 stranded in the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming up next. This is the Amegy College Baseball Series on Baylor Lariat Radio.
It looks like they're going to go to a review on that play on second. Mitch Thompson was quick to go to the back of the dugout aid and to grab the phone, and it was interesting. He did the same thing during the balk. I think he was on the phone to tell somebody in the bullpen to start warming up, but he didn't get a chance to challenge that balk play, and so now he has a chance to maybe extend the inning here for Baylor, and this would be huge, Aiden, to load the bases with 2 outs, and they are going to go to a review right now.
So Mitch Thompson challenging the call at second. They'll take a quick look at it. But so far, you really got to like the fight the Bears are showing in this game. Fell behind 2-0 early. Got some hits going. Wesley Jordan hit that home run. Ethan Calder really stepping up. And the Bears are in this one.
Yeah, they really are. It's an Oregon State team that has played very strong defensively. But Ethan Calder has done a nice job of limiting the damage, as now we're seeing a video replay on the big screen at Globe Life Field. It looks like the flip from A.J. Singer, it would be in time, but it's a matter of if the shortstop Arquette gets that right foot on the corner of the bag before the foot of Jack Little reaches in there. The call in the field is out. It looks like it's going to remain that way.
And here comes the home plate umpire out of the review, and the call is out at second. So that officially concludes the top of the fifth. Oregon State leading 3-2 over Baylor. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Bottom of the fifth here from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Baylor taking on Oregon State in the first game of this Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. 3-2 the lead for Oregon State, bottom of the fifth. And Wilson Weber to lead things off for the Beavers. Ethan Calder returns for another inning's worth of work. Left-handed pitcher against the righty. Steals in off the bat of Weber and into the backstop for strike one. Weber a ground out in his first plate appearance of today. On the year batting .238, 5 hits and 3 RBIs. The 0-1 misses high and away on the 86-mile-an-hour fastball from Ethan Calder. 1 ball and 1 strike. Weber with that black bat on his left shoulder, or rather right, and Calder deals. That one misses. 2 balls and 1 strike against the senior catcher. From the stretch, Calder deals. That one away with the fastball. Calder tosses that ball away, asks for a new one. Three balls, 1 strike against Wilson Weber from Gresham, Oregon. Pitch from Calder on the changeup inside the zone for strike 2. A full count faces Wilson Weber. Calder delivers and swing and a miss from Wilson Weber.
Well, every time Ethan Calder has given up a hit, he's responded well. That's 3 in a row, back-to-back swinging strikeouts. Chance to get Dallas Macias, and if he stays out there for Trent Caraway, that would also be nice. But he is a right-handed bat, and he'll stay out there to face the lefty Macias. But Grayson Murray, the righty, is warming up in the Baylor bullpen.
Calder first pitch to Macias. The curveball paints the corner of the strike zone for strike 1. Macias batting .118. Left-handed batter. Pitch from Calder. Appeal down to third, says he didn't go. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fifth. Macias struck out swinging in his first plate appearance today. Pitch from Calder. Called strike 2 on the slider. Ethan Calder strides and deals. Popped up. Working back towards it as Kemp, who reaches up for out number 2. Two down in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up the leadoff hitter for Oregon State, Trent Caraway. Caraway digs into the right-handed batter's box, facing Calder for the 3rd time today. First pitch from Calder on the 77 mile an hour in the zone. Strike 1. Caraway out of Dana Point, California, watches the second pitch from Calder miss upstairs. Single and a flyout in his 2 plate appearances today, and he takes a big cut through that 86 mile an hour fastball from Calder. Strike 2. Batting .400, already 14 hits this year. Calder from the stretch on the way. Called ball 2, and looks like the Baylor dugout didn't agree with that. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Calder deals a 1-hopper to second. Little corrals and throws over the Pendergrass. A 1-2-3 inning from for Ethan Calder, rather. And the top of the 6th we head. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
We've played 6 at Globe Life Field. The Bears trail 3-2. But it's the powerful part of the lineup digging in. They'll be facing Eric Segura. It's going to be Wesley Jordan, Hunter Simmons, and Will Pendergrass. A righty-on-righty matchup. Pull defense for the Beavers, and the first pitch from Segura. He turns and throws. It's up and inside with a 93-mile-an-hour four-seamer for ball 1. Wesley Jordan leaving the yard to the second deck in left field his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Segura brings the glove into his face, and from the windup, he deals another big cut from Wesley Jordan. Looking for his second bomb in a row with that swing. Counts 1-1 to the powerful righty who's now knocked 15 knocks on the season. The pitch. This one a bouncer on the infield. Shortstop Arquette will charge it on a couple of hops. He throws. Got him at first.
Nice job on the move from Arquette. Throw over the first for 1 out. Good job by both defenses today so far.
Yeah, no errors on either side. 3 hits apiece. And just the 3-2 lead that separates these two teams. 1 run. The first pitch is in there. Strike 1 to Hunter Simmons. Gets that curveball to trail in nicely to the lower inside part of the zone. Righty Hunter Simmons awaits. A righty on righty matchup once more. Here comes the next pitch. And it's up and inside. So Hunter Simmons making the trip back to close to home. Native of Mansfield, Texas. Spent some time at Howard College before making his way to Waco. Went back home to his home state, or at least closer to his hometown, and the pitch is a strike at the top of the zone. Two years at Howard, 2021 and 2022, as a first-team all-conference player, then making the switch over to Baylor. The next pitch. That ties him up, strike 3. So Hunter Simmons, after reaching bases last time up, he's going to drop to 1 for 3. And there'll be 2 gone for Will Pendergrass. Looks like we'll get a pinch hitter here for Pendergrass, Gavin Brzezowski. So it'll be the second pitch hitter taken off of the bench by Mitch Thompson today. The first one being Pearson Reebok an inning ago.
Yeah, Mitch Thompson making some changes like he did with Toplansky. Pendergrass's strikeout and pop-up.
Pitch is down the heart of the plate to Gavin Brzezowski. A touch up high, though, ball 1. Also a native of Mansfield, Texas, is Brzezowski. So his back-to-back appearances and starts at first base for Will Pendergrass. A difficult start to the year for the veteran, as the next pitch is fanned at and missed by Brzezowski. Count evens up at 1-1. Going into today, Will Pendergrass just 1 for 10 at the plate. As you mentioned, he went 0 for 2, so bringing that one up to 1 for 12, but a lot of solid contact by Pendergrass. 1-1 pitch is outside to Brzezowski, and he takes control 2-1. Another guy who was injured for the majority of last season, Gavin Brzezowski. Played some summer ball to get right, get some more time. And now he's back, ready to get even more looks in the 2025 campaign. The next offering is in the righty batter's box. 3 balls, 1 strike to the left-handed swinging first baseman and outfielder, but has only appeared at first base so far this year. Segura ready. Here's the 3-1. And a get-me-over fastball. Brzezowski thought it was outside. He flung the bat towards the Baylor dugout. We'll have to go pick that up and redo this at 3-2. Eric Segura trying to complete his second inning. He nods his head up and down once, brings the glove in front of his face. The windup, he deals. A breaking ball in and out of the glove of the catcher Weber. And Gavin Brzezowski is on his way to first. A full count walk and 2 outs in the inning. He's able to extend it for Ty Johnson.
Brzezowski gets on base, and here comes Ty Johnson. 9 RBIs coming into today. Bears looking to tie or get ahead on Oregon State here, down 3-2.
Johnson 321 going into today, as you mentioned, but he's 0 for 2. Big secondary lead, and Brzezowski's going to take off a late steal. A throw down from home plate is not going to be in time. Gavin Brzezowski swipes the second base bag. It looked like kind of a delayed takeoff from him at first, but nonetheless, Bears will put a man in scoring position.
And that's 14 stolen bases already to start the year for Baylor.
14 bags. We talked a lot about last year. Baylor just barely eclipsing the 30 stolen base mark. That's a great stat to see if you're Mitch Thompson. Shows you that you can be aggressive in a lot more ways than just hitting. Segura will step back off the rubber and toss it back to his shortstop, but just to open up another way to be aggressive offensively. Just another tool in the toolbox for Mitch Thompson. A righty on lefty matchup. Segura from the stretch. He fires. It's low and inside to Ty Johnson, who takes a 2-0 advantage in the count. Infield shifted to the pull side. Second baseman Singer is playing on the outfield grass in right. The 2-0. Johnson flings it straight back into the netting to make this a 2-1 count. Outfield is playing straight up. Iva Arquette holding the runner on at second base. We see Trent Carraway at third. He's playing past the cutlet of the grass, so he's about 25 feet off the line and even with the bag. Massive pull tendency hitter is Ty Johnson. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Over the outer edge. That's a great location from Segura to even it up at 2-2. Zowski about a 10-step lead off of second. Take a couple steps back towards the bag as Segura comes set. Glove set at his belt, the 2-2 pitch. Hammered into the ground towards shortstop on two hops. Arquette throws above the second base bag to complete the top of the sixth inning. So the Bears will strand a man in scoring position. Gavin Brzezowski is left on second base. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, one left, as the Bears still trail 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the seventh. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Two, 3, and 4 in the bottom of the sixth inning for Oregon State. It'll be Iva Arquette, Tice Peterson, and Gavin Turley. One of the scariest parts of the lineup, likely the scariest part of the lineup when you take out the leadoff man Trent Carraway. And Ethan Calder is back out there for a sixth inning of work. Iva Arquette, right-handed bat, awaits. First pitch, he sends it back into right field. A twisting fly ball. Apodaca barely needs to move. And he pulls down the first pitch. The first out. It's one pitch, one out for Ethan Calder in the bottom of the sixth.
Seventh straight retired batter for Ethan Calder after giving up that home run.
Infield will play straight up for Tice Peterson, the designated hitter. Shallow stance, and he'll take a fastball outside at 86 miles an hour, ball one. First baseman Brzezowski, he'll stay in after hitting for Will Pendergrass. Pearson Reebok is the third baseman. 0-1 offering is low and inside. Middle infielders are the same, and Tariq Kemp and Jack Little, they're playing at normal depth. Shaded slightly up of them are the corner infielders. Outfielders straight up. And a partially full lower bowl as the next pitch is a low and outside slider that creeps back into the outer part of the zone, 1-2.
Peterson this year has reached base safely in all 7 games, 0-2 so far today.
Ground out back to the pitcher and then a fly out to center field. Here's the pitch. This one hit hard towards the left center field alleyway. Wesley Jordan giving chase to the track. He reaches. It's just out of his reach. It bangs off of the wall and hits off of the angled wall in left center field and kicks into the Baylor bullpen. And potentially a fortuitous bounce at that for the Bears, as that could have been 3 bases for Tice Peterson. He's going to have to put the brakes on at second.
Well, we just spoke about it, and Tice Peterson, a double, and that one bounced off the wall, and like you said, that had potential for a triple, but regardless, great way to start the inning for the Beavers.
Well, he'll take it, though. He's already got a triple this year, already got a home run and 8 singles, does not have a double. So now he's got it all. Tice Peterson standing on second base, but now Mitch Thompson will make the slow walk out to the mound. Grayson Murray has been warming up for the past, full inning into this 6th inning. And it looks like that's going to be the move to be made here in the bottom of the 6th frame. Tice Peterson's double to left center field takes Ethan Calder out of the game. He will be the responsibility of the lefty. But as it stands, Ethan Calder, 5 1/3 innings. He did give up 3 runs off of 3 hits, mainly the solo home run in the bottom of the 4th inning, as well as a 2 RBI double of Gavin Turley back in the 1st. That's going to be it for Ethan Calder's day. When we return, Grayson Murray will take to the bump for the Bears. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Well, what an opportunity for Grayson Murray, who enters out of the Baylor bullpen here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A guy who a season ago was playing his 2nd season at Tyler Junior College in Tyler, Texas, just about an hour away east of here. And now, less than a year later, has a chance to get an appearance against a top 10 Division I program in a major league ballpark. Here we are at Globe Life Field. Joe Pratt, Aidan Pham are with you. Gavin Turley is the batter, the cleanup man for the Beavers today. He'll be facing Grayson Murray with a man on second, Tice Peterson, and 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th. Righty on righty matchup. Murray from the stretch. He delivers a curveball low and outside. Ball 1. Gavin Turley today, a 2 RBI single back in the 1st inning to open the scoring. A chance to do more damage here as the next pitch. Low and outside again, this time on the changeup. 2 balls, no strikes to the hard-hitting outfielder out of Chandler, Arizona. Turley deep in the right side of the batter's box. Next pitch, he flings it straight back into the netting. So it'll be a 2-1 count to Gavin Turley, now a junior, but as a freshman led all Beavers with 14 homers That was the 6th most in a single season at Oregon State. A top 100 draft prospect coming out of Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona, decided to go to Oregon State, and now hammers this one on the ground. It bangs off of the base of the Oregon State dugout. That'll bring the count to 2-2. And coming out of high school, Turley, the highest-ranked recruit in the history of Oregon State baseball. Teammate at the time, Garrett Forrester, said he's got more talent than anyone on this field, and that was coming in as a freshman. Next pitch, called, strike 3. A massive strikeout for Grayson Murray. Ties up Gavin Turley. He buckled at the knees. And there are quickly 2 gone for Max Craig.
Grayson Murray got him on that 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And a good start to his day after making an appearance against SFA on Tuesday.
Craig, his last time up in the 4th inning, launched a 427-foot bomb to left field into the second deck. And the first pitch at the bottom of the zone with the curveball, called strike 1. Homer given up by Ethan Calder. That one allowed out, but as he did in the first inning, he responded to that well. Pitched into this inning, and now Grayson Murray a chance to clean things up. His next offering misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Murray takes a look at second base. Now, from the stretch, he throws. It's a breaking ball that's lifted over the head of Tariq Kemp. It sinks into left field for a base hit. Around second and scoring is Tice Peterson. It's a 4-2 ball game.
Well, it was a curveball from Grayson Murray. Craig got a good piece of it into left field. An RBI single extends the Beaver lead.
Extends the inning for A.J. Singer. He's 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. Short lead at first. Singer shows bunt, tugs it back. But that one on the outer edge for a called strike 1. Nicely held by Cortland Castle, who looked the runner back to first. And Jacob Craig, how about the day for him? Now 2 for 3. Had a great start to the season. Started off 6 for 13. Singer reaches out over the plate, flings it to the opposite way. Apodaca back and towards the track. He'll settle under it, make the grab to put an end to the bottom of the 6th inning. So Grayson Murray is able to escape the bottom of the 6th, not before Oregon State makes it a 4-2 ball game, thanks to Jacob Craig's second RBI of the game. Bears trail by 2 as we head to the top of the 7th.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Eric Segura is back out on the bump for the Beavers with a newfound 4-2 lead. He will be facing Pearson Reebok, Cortland Castle, and Tariq Kemp in the bottom of the 7th inning. If he stays out there the whole time, there's some action in the Oregon State bullpen. Reebok, the pinch hitter for Hunter Toplansky. Those two a combined 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout as that one's blasted out to deep right center field. That takes Talt back to the fence, reaching up, and it is caught! What a grab by Talt, reaching over the yellow in right center field to rob Pearson Reebok of what could have been his first homer as a Baylor Bear.
Well hit ball in right field. Talt just makes an incredible play, leaps up, makes the catch right in front of the Beaver dugout. And he was extremely hyped up after that one, as he should. What a play from Talt.
And the reaction from the bullpen, too, as those guys were all right behind him. Unbelievable. That's going to go down as a top play of the day, top play of the season for college baseball, undoubtedly for Oregon State. What a grab by the right fielder. Easton Talt takes that one back. It went 387 feet. It's not marked in right center field. It's 410 feet and also 374, so somewhere in between there. He was able to pull one back from Pearson Reebok and keep this a 4-2 ball game. Meanwhile, it's an 0-2 count on Cortland Castle. He's watched a pair of fastballs glide by for called strikes. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. The 0-2 offering. Segura deals, low and outside, trying to get him to chase. Castle didn't budge. It's 1-2. But in the scorebooks, it'll go down as a regular F9 putout. There's one gone. Infield and outfield playing straight up. The center fielder is shaded towards that right center field corner. And Castle fights that one off past the third base coach's box and foul. A decent crowd on hand around home plate in the lower bowl section at Globe Life Field. Aidan, you might be able to, around 10 to 20, call it 25 people in that second level maybe. 1-2 pitch. Castle checks his swing. It skips in there, 2-2. If you're a kid, it's foul ball paradise. That's for sure.
It is, yeah. And most of these foul balls have been landing in that area. They probably got about 5 foul balls already.
It's just free baseballs, left and right. 2-2. Castle pops it up. That one headed our way. Is that ours? Nope. Just short.
Almost had a souvenir.
This is probably the only chance we have. At Baylor Ballpark, the net is above the press box, so unless the ball goes through the net somehow, we're not getting one. So we got to get one this weekend. It's 2-2 to Cortland Castle. Bases are empty. He hits it hard on the ground, but right to Iva Arquette. He's up with it, gunning to first. Got Cortland Castle there for out number 2. Always interesting to see a major league ballpark pretty much completely empty. There's nobody sitting down in any of the outfield seats. There are a couple of kids in right center field a little while ago. I think maybe some people head back out there when Wesley Jordan and Jacob Krig are stepping up. But right now it's Tariq Kemp, and he sends a sky-high pop-up on the infield grass. Trent Carraway says he's got it behind the mound. He dropped the baseball. Tariq Kemp is on his way to second. He'll be there safely.
Well, just like you described it, a sky-high Trent Carraway shifting around to get under it. And that one off his glove.
Well, if there's one knock on your star third baseman who is projected by Baseball America to go at least in the compulsory first round in this year's upcoming draft, perhaps his only downside would be the fielding. It puts a unforced man on base and in scoring position for Jack Little, who takes low and outside. The curveball at 80 miles an hour missed in the lefty batter's box. Tariq Kemp, a big lead off of second base. The Bears once again have a runner in scoring position with 2 gone. They've so far left 2 in scoring position today, and they trail by 2. And now a slow walk out to the mound by Wilson Weber. Maybe try to buy some time. No serious action in the Beavers bullpen.
Yeah, just talk to his pitcher, calm him down. I mean, that should have been the 3rd out, so sometimes it could be hard to overcome that mentally, but good job by Weber just walking out there and giving some words of advice to his young sophomore pitcher.
One thing Oregon State definitely doesn't want to do is leave Segura out there, to face Enzo Apodaca, who's on deck. But it's been Jack Little who's struggling at the plate. It was 0 for his last 14 going into this game. 0 for 2, reached on a walk his last time up. Segura, a couple looks back at second. Now he'll take a leg kick and throw there. In standing up is Tariq Kemp. So it's been 4 straight starts and 4 straight starts in the leadoff position for Jack Little, where he has not been able to get a hit. Infield shifted to the pull side. It's a righty-on-righty matchup, the 1-0. Sends it to the opposite way. That's sinking quickly, and it does. Into right field, a base hit. Tariq Kemp charging around third base. Throw comes in. It's not in time.
Well, you just spoke on it. Coming in today, a 14 at-bat hitless streak, and he gets his first hit there, and that one cashes in Tariq Kemp, carving into this Oregon State lead 4-3 now. And more importantly, that brings up Enzo Apodaca with the base runner on first.
His first hit since going 3 for 5 on February 18th, the midweek game against UTSA. And that's going to be the day for Eric Segura, as Mitch Canham is out of the Oregon State dugout. Well, that's a difficult situation for Eric Segura, nearly 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 7th inning, but an error by his third baseman put a man on base and extended this frame. An uncharged run to Eric Segura. Now, he did make a motion to the bullpen.
Yeah, it's Matthew Morrell warming up in the bullpen. See if they go to him here.
Morrell, another West Coast guy. A lot of West Coast guys on this team.
Yeah, a couple California guys, a lot of Oregon guys. But a talented Oregon State team that the Bears are facing tonight.
It is a really talented team. I mean, you look at the way that they were hitting in the first couple of innings. So far in the top 10 and projected to finish as one of the top teams that's not affiliated with the conference, of course not in the Pac-12 this season, as they are waiting to join the newly minted Pac-12 in 2026. Who's actually going to stay in the game, though, is Segura. So a lead at first for Jack Little, a couple of steps. Enzo Apodaca, the batter. Segura ready to pitch. Apodaca hammers this one, a high fly ball down the right field line, giving chases towards the corner, and it just barely creeps out of play.
That one into the stands, and it just curved at the last moment. Apodaca will make the jog back to home plate and redo it.
Large hole on the right side of the infield. Shortstop Arquette playing closer to the bag than the second baseman. But the first baseman is holding the runner on, so a large hole on the 4-3 side. Took a couple of looks at first. Now the pitch outside to Apodaca. Eric Segura, all Pac-12 honorable mention a season ago. Starter of 15 games with a 6-1 record, a 4.93 ERA. 72 Ks across just over 70 innings pitched. He comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Apodaca swings through a low changeup. And this count pushes back to 1-2.
Great pitch and placement by Segura on that one.
Yeah, it was low and inside. Swung right over top of it. It's pitched You don't want to lay off, especially as a lefty. Let's see what Segura comes back with at 1-2. Here it comes. Apodaca fights it off. It's a twisting pop-up towards left field. Gavin Turley ranges in. And above that all-black cap, he makes the grab for out number 3. So the Bears are able to cash in one, take advantage of a fielding mistake by Oregon State. They still trail 4-3 as it's stretch time at Globe Life Field. Bears trail by 1. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Grayson Murray returns to the bump in the bottom of the 7th inning. He turns from the windup and throws low and outside. Ball 1. We'll be facing Easton Talt, who took one back from Pearson Reebok an inning ago. Now fouls one straight back into the netting. And Aidan, when you take a look back at that home run robbery.
Yeah, it was an incredible catch, leaping on the wall, and play of the day, probably the season so far for Oregon State.
Murray's 1-1. Swing and a miss right through a changeup at 87. 1-2.
That would have robbed the potential tying run here.
Yeah, what could have been a tying run, because if you lead off that inning with a homer and then think about if that error still happens, the inning continues. It's a 4-4 game. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Excellent pitch by Grayson Murray to pick up his second looking K, completing his first inning of work.
Good placement, got him on the curveball. And yeah, like you said, Grayson Murray continuing his excellent outing.
And now it's Wilson Weber, the catcher. A righty-on-righty matchup as the tall righty Murray delivers. Fastball at the top of the zone. 89 on the gun, and it's 0-1. Wilson Weber is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to third his first time up. Struck out swinging. Fouls it straight back into the netting, and he's quickly down 0-2. Weber's making his 7th start today behind the dish. Has split some time back there with Bryce Hubbard, sharing the catching duties. He's the primary man. Now he pops this one up just beyond the infield and right. Jack Little is there, and beyond the hole, he makes the grab for out number 2. Wilson Weber falls back to 0 for 3 on the day. And if you take a look, if you're Mitch Canham, at why your offense isn't necessarily producing today, it could be the bottom of this lineup. No hits, 7, 8, and 9. Make that 6, 7, 8, and 9, a combined 0 for 11. First pitch to Dallas Macias. Misses. It's 1-0. Dallas Macias, a difficult start to the season as he's 2 for 16 going into today. Now he pops one up. Pearson Reebok giving chase, as is Tariq Kemp. He goes to a slide and makes the grab. A long run for Tariq Kemp all the way into foul territory. Had to lunge for it and comes down with the third out. Grayson Murray, a 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the 7th inning. Bears coming up to bat next, trying to get back in control. They're down 1. We head into the 8th on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
A new pitcher is into the game for Oregon State here in the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Matthew Morrell, right-handed pitcher, a sophomore out of Placentia, California. Now, for the top of the 8th inning, I'll send it over to my broadcast partner, Aidan Pham, Aidan, a pretty cool moment for you right now.
Yeah, so I actually went to high school with Matthew Morrell, called his name in high school, so it's a pretty cool moment to see him pitch here in Globe Life against the Baylor Bears. Morrell, the sophomore right-handed pitcher out of Placentia, California, played at Cypress High School. A football player and baseball player decided to go on the route of playing baseball. And in the game here for the Beavers in the top of the 8th, he's set to face Wesley Jordan, Hunter Simmons, and Will Pendergrass.
Well, it's an interesting situation for him. We've seen him close out a game this year earlier on in February, and that was an inning and 2/3 of pitching. So we'll see if Mitch Canham decides to leave him out there, try to get a 6-out save potentially.
Morrell deals first pitch. Peel down to first, says he doesn't go, and that one's ball 1. Wesley Jordan had that home run in the top of the 4th, a fly out and a ground out today. The 1-0 from Morrell misses away on that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Morrell kicks and deals. That one misses low, 3 balls and no strikes to Wesley Jordan. Jordan on the year batting .441. A hit and a run so far today, 2 RBIs. The pitch from Morrell, a get-me-over fastball, 3 balls and 1 strike to Wesley Jordan. Pitch, ground ball down the third base line that rose foul. So Oregon State leads 4-3. It's the top of the 8th. Bears were able to cash in a run thanks to an error by the third baseman as the 3-2 from Morrell gets Jordan swinging. That's his first strikeout of the day.
His bat went flying at the end of that swing.
Yeah.
Towards the on-deck circle, right at the camera well. Hopefully Lariat TV News sports director Braden Murray wasn't in the way.
Well, coming into today's game, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, and a strikeout as he faces Hunter Simmons, who takes a chop at the first one but fouls it back. Simmons a single, a strikeout, and a flyout today, batting right-handed against the righty Morel, who deals upstairs on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out faces Hunter Simmons. Pitch from Morel, peeled down to first as he went. Strike 2 called, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and an out. Top of the 8th, no runners on. Oregon State leads 4-3 here at Globe Life Field. Simmons swinging that bat above his head as he receives the pitch from Morel, a high fly ball. And the right side giving it chase is Craig, who reaches up and makes the catch for out 2.
Getting some help from his infielders there. Some nice pitch sequencing that we saw in that at bat from Morel. Started off with the high fastballs, then goes to the curveball low and outside, then the slider low and inside. Really keeping Hunter Simmons on his toes. We saw him check his swing at a couple of pitches in that count. Really shows you that these batters are just not super confident up there facing these pitches from the newly inserted Morel.
Here's Gavin Brzezowski, who took over at first for Will Pendergrass. Leans back on the first pitch from Morel that misses low and in. 93-mile-an-hour fastball from the sophomore out of Placentia, California. The 1-0 from Morel gets a big cut from Brzezowski over the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs against Brzezowski. Morel, black glove in front of his face, strides and deals, popped up in the air, a high fly ball to left center, and Turley settles under it, reaches up, squeezes the glove, and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for the new Matthew Morel. And to the bottom of the 8th we go. This is Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
As we move into the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be the 3rd appearance of the season for senior right-handed pitcher Will Glatch out of Frisco, Texas, making his way back home this weekend, as are many players on this Baylor team. And he'll be facing the top of the lineup for Oregon State. Trent Caraway, Iva Arquette, and Tice Peterson. Will Glatch tasked with one thing: just get 3 outs, shut the door, and give a chance for your offense to put up some runs in the top half of the 9th inning. Glatch will turn and throw. It's a hard hit fly ball down the right field line. Apodaca giving chase towards the line, reaching out. Did he make the grab? He did not, but the ball fell in foul territory, and it'll be an 0-1 count to Caraway.
Apodaca gave it chase all the way down, was running out of real estate towards the end. And foul ball.
326 feet down to the right field corner, in honor of Texas Rangers legend Adrian Beltre. In fact, every single marker around this ballpark having some sort of meaning in the dimensions, in the numbers. The 0-1 pitch. Caraway takes low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trent Caraway, the sophomore. Pitch from Glatch. Caraway swings and misses at a low cutter, 87 miles an hour from Glatch. Well located. Caraway, the Gatorade Player of the Year out of California in high school. Hit .462 his senior year at J. Sarah, 7 home runs. 1-2 pitch. Hit hard on the ground towards shortstop. 2 hops for Kemp. He throws. Close play at first, but in time they got him.
Another nice play from the Baylor defense, who has really stepped up today. No errors, which has been a problem in the past couple games. Really helping out the pitchers here.
Now this brings up Iva Arquette, who was riding a 7-game on-base streak going into this game, extended it to 8. Does have a 7-game hitting streak as well, but he's 0 for 2. Swung and missed at that first pitch cutter. 0-1 the count. Pair of flyouts to center and right field for Arquette. Righty on righty matchup. Glatch ready. Here it comes. And the breaking ball finds the dirt at 1-1. So Iva Arquette, a native of Hawaii out of St. Louis High School, was one of 2 baseball players out of St. Louis High School to be drafted in the 2022 draft. Pitch is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Him and Caleb Lomavita, both of those guys deciding to forego their draft and their contract, head to college. Lomavita to Cal Berkeley. Iva Arquette to Oregon State. Up and inside. Strike 1. Or rather, strike 2. Count will even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield and outfield playing straight up for Iva Arquette.
Arquette coming in today was on a 2-game streak with a home run in both of those.
Next pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3. A called strike 3 for Will Glatch. And 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up Tice Peterson. The difficult day continues for Iva Arquette. He's down to 0 for 3.
Great job by the Baylor bullpen coming in. And they've looked great all season long, just continuing that with Will Glatch here and Grayson Murray earlier.
Glatch turns and throws. It's sent straight back where it came from into straightaway center field in front of the 407 marker. Ty Johnson makes the grab to retire the side. So 3 up, 3 down they go in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Last chance for the Bears when we return. They trail by 1. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Three outs to get for Oregon State. The Bears trail 4-3, and for the start of the top of the ninth inning, I'll send the play-by-play over to Aidan Pham.
Matthew Morrell back out there for a second inning's worth of work. Had a save earlier this year. Last year, pitched in 15 games, all in relief. Went 1-0, posting this one save. Chance to close it out here for Oregon State. He'll face Ty Johnson. Johnson, a ground ball right side, picked up by Singer over to Craig for out number one. A quick out in the top of the ninth as Oregon State leads 4-3 over Baylor in the first game of this Amegy Bank College Baseball Series. Baylor set to play against Ohio State at 2 tomorrow and Auburn at 3 Sunday. Morrell working quickly, kicks and delivers. That one, the slider is low. 1 ball, no strikes to Pearson Reebok.
Well, I don't know if Matthew Morrell has the same pregame routine every day, but it was an interesting way to get warmed up for the game today.
This one, a high fly ball into left field, and settling under it is Turley. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 quick batters retired for Matthew Morrell. And here comes Cortland Castle.
Has a chance to retire him 6 up, 6 down, pick up a 6-out save across 2 innings. And it all started with throwing around the football.
Yeah, Matthew Morrell pregame was throwing that football around. Was a quarterback in high school and a standout wide receiver. Actually was all league in both sports every single year at Cypress.
How do you think that helped him as a baseball player, as it looks like Baylor's going to bring in a pinch hitter?
You know, I think knowing Matthew, he has a football background. Maybe that's something he does pregame to just calm him down. But, yeah, that's an interesting pregame ritual that we've seen.
So when you guys played football, did he warm up by throwing a baseball?
He did not. And the pinch hitter is J.J. Kennett. Kenneth batting right-handed. First pitch, check swing, says he went. Strike 1 on the 94-mile-an-hour sinker from Matthew Morrell. Kenneth launched his first career home run Sunday against Gonzaga as the 0-1 from Morrell. A ground ball up the middle, picked up by Singer, the throw over to Craig, and that does it. Oregon State takes down Baylor 4-3 at the Amegy College Baseball Series. Six consecutive retired batters for Matthew Morrell. And the Bears fall to 7-2. Oregon State at 6-2, and the Bears 0-7 in this series.
Yeah, it's a tough start to the series, but at least you had a chance until the very final out, until the very final pitch was thrown. A 1-run game, you knew it was going to come down to the end. It kind of just had that feeling early on with the way that Ethan Calder responded after giving up 2 runs against the first 2 batters he faced. They both scored, and then after that, 9 up, 9 down, gave up the home run, retired 7 in a row after that. Then Grayson Murray comes in, slams the door. You give up 1 extra run in that bottom of the 6th inning, and one man comes around to score with 2 outs off of Jacob Craig's RBI single. And he's likely your player of the game if you're Oregon State. He drives in the winning run. He's able to blast it was a solo shot back in the fourth inning, over 427 feet. And so you take a look at this game, either team could have come out on top, and today it was Oregon State. It tends to be the better team that usually wins close games like these, and this time it was the number 9 Beavers.
Yeah, and that'll do it for us up in the booth here at Globe Life Field. We'll have the second game for you tomorrow as Baylor takes on Ohio State. For my broadcast partner, Joe Pratt, I'm Aidan Pham. This has been Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.